everybody, and welcome to my Mendel Palace tutorial or guide or whatever. I'll show you how to go through this game as fast as possible. Now, a few things I want to state. Timing starts on hitting start here. If you wait a little too long, it'll go back to the demo, so just be cautious of that. Not that it's the biggest deal, but yeah. So anyway, first thing I want to explain are the routes that I take through the palace. Other runners, the very few of them, they've all done something different, and it doesn't really matter which of them you take. I'm not sure if any of them is faster than another. All that matters is that you just go across from palace to palace in a way that makes sense. Like, for example, my path involves starting here at Walkman. You always start at the Walkman since it's the first one, and in fact, as soon as the game loads up, you can just hold A or B, and it'll start that palace. So I go from Walkman to Jumper to Artist, and then I go down Acrobat, left, Plump, down Ballerina, right Swimmer, and then right to Mimi. Now, others have done things like going from Walkman to Plump to Ballerina to Swimmer, and then either to Mimi and around, or to Jumper and then down and around. So it doesn't really matter as long as you can go straight over, like straight across. You cannot go diagonally though, so yeah. Anyway, the only reason why the routing is important, at least for me, and why I'm going to show you my way, is because of this. First off, clear this room in this manner. Just copy mostly what I do. Wait for these two to come to the center, and then just get them. It doesn't matter if they both hit the wall at the same time or not. But anyways, these stars. Every 100 stars gives you a speed boost, which is fairly important for finishing the rest of the palaces on the same patterns you want. Now, another thing that's important are these suns. About half of this game is memorizing where they are, and then the other half is memorizing the enemy AI patterns. So, the suns, when you touch them, they create a shockwave like this, which is really great for clearing out most rooms. Now, these tiles here that flip around between the different stuff you can get, if you flip them to cover them up and then unflip them, they'll always start the same, and that makes getting 10 stars out of them every time very consistent and easy. Like that. Now, this room, the sun is up here. Oh yeah, maybe I will mention that. So the Walkmen are the least intimidating enemy. They will never walk into you if you stand still. So you can only die by walking into them, but that shouldn't usually happen. But yeah, oops. Okay. Now, if you happen to miss 10 stars from the bottom right panel in round 5, that's okay. In round 8, there is a 10-star panel that I don't get if I missed that one, or if I got that one, I don't get it. Or I messed that one up, so I'll go ahead and get it. Essentially, I just want to make sure I leave this one with 80, just so I don't go over 100 before the next palace due to that star routing. And I will show you why when we get there. I also ignore the one over here. And after that, that's pretty much the Walkman Palace. This is not a boss, it's just your girlfriend Jenny getting kidnapped. Anyway. So you can, when you move to another palace, you can go ahead and hold A or B, like I said before, when starting up, and it'll just select it immediately. I don't really think you're losing too much time, though, if you don't do that. Like, I don't know if it's any faster or not, actually, but just in case you want to do that. Anyways, this is the jumpers. You can immediately start by walking left. This room right here, if you already have a speed boost, it makes this setup much more difficult to get. Without one at the base speed, you can walk straight up over here, flip twice, and then stand on this, and oh, well, I messed up actually. Let's try that again. But I guess I'll do it from back here. I saved from back here because I was trying to show if you get over 100 stars, but I kept messing that up. But anyways, so you come over here, do that, and it catches them all. If you had more speed, it would actually miss that. Now, it's important to have speed here, at least 100, because it makes this setup possible. I will go over this again, just to explain my movement here. You can hold like up and left and up and right and so on to go diagonally, and it'll just keep moving like that. I start out this room by holding like that, just to get around the first jumper there. You can just walk straight at him and then turn if you want to do that, but it makes it a little easier if you're trying to get used to the movement. And then this star here I wait on, and yeah, I get that. Anyways, on to this one, round 4. I had an issue with these guys. They behave a little funny. Let's see. So, if you go ahead and flip this, stand on it, and then, like, move? Okay, it didn't happen, but sometimes these guys will jump off of the, they'll jump out of the way, if you do it a little, like that one, the one on the left. The ones on the right I messed up, but if you just come down here, flip it, stand on it, and then stand still, it should catch them all every time. So just don't move after until they get killed. You might miss this, but that's okay. This room is a little tricky, so the guy right here on the top center, I wait for him to jump and almost land down like this, like around here is when I start to step onto the sun, so that way it catches all of those, and then I come over here and touch this immediately. Oh gosh, I messed up. We'll get it right. So wait for him to almost land, and then there, you'll get that, and 10 stars here. So yeah, there's something to note. This one, as long as you move right every time, you'll get them all. Otherwise, it'll be very difficult to manage messing this up. So let's say I didn't do it right. And yeah, that happens. It's very annoying. So just be careful about it. Oops, I don't know if I phrased this right. I'm gonna do it after. So right around this part of the diamond design, like the lower half, is where I turn. Luckily, the way the movement is in this game, it's pretty easy to be consistent, especially if you look at the designs on the tiles. So that's how I do that, leading up to it. And then flip it. This room can be a little funny sometimes, but as long as you do it like this, it should work. Now, the same case with the one jumper from before. I wait for this one to almost land right here. Like, honestly, as soon as he goes over the line, that's the divide between the two, is when I step on the sun. And, okay, I messed it up, actually. With improper timing, you will get that to happen, but if it goes right, then you should miss him, but then hit the rest of them. But you can just slam him into the wall like that, and it's just fine. This room, come left, hit that one, turn up, turn down, hit them all, turn right, and then flip twice, and you'll get everybody. This room, come straight up, wait here, slam those, slam that one, and yes, like that. This boss is not intimidating at all, just walk straight up, he will get to you, and there you go. So that's 2 palaces down so far. Next on my path, the artist. Alright. These guys are pretty easy, mostly. It's the end of the palace that gets really tricky, but I'll talk about it when I get there. This one is over here. For this one, you either, okay, you need to both flip above you and down you. It doesn't really matter which of the two you do first. I think I usually prefer doing it like such. Oh yeah, I didn't discuss. You can, the range for which you can flip tiles is pretty big, actually, so let me just show that first off. So I'm right here flipping the next one. I'm still flipping the same one I'm standing on. Oh gosh, maybe I should get rid of some of these enemies first before I show that. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Anyway, so I'm standing right here in the center of this tile, and I'm flipping the one right ahead of me. If I stand back a bit, I'm still flipping the one I'm standing on, and so forth. It's just, that's just something to be, something to note that's important. So, with that in mind, I come up here, flip this one, flip that one, touch the sun, that one like that, and it's fine. Okay. For here, I move diagonally down and left, and then I go down. Flip twice here, get that. For a lot of these rooms, you want to be very careful. Okay, not this one, but I'll show. I thought that was one of the rooms. There's a lot of rooms where basically I'm just trying to say don't flip tiles if you don't know what's under them. Also, this one is very important to note. In round 4 here, you have to flip this same tile in this spot twice to get the sun, and this one you flip it once. Hold on. If you flip twice here, you screw it up. Like, hold on. If you flip twice here, it makes a respawn tile pop up, and then after that, there's no more sun. So be very careful to not flip more than once. That has happened before. And now, what I was talking about, I don't flip tiles like these, because like I learned the hard way, oh, I can't reset this one for the 10 stars because there's more under here. If you uncover enemies, the level just continues. So yeah, just don't do that. You can time it though. This one, yeah, flip that one as soon as they walk onto it, and you'll be fine. I think there's another respawn tile underneath that one, so I don't do anything with it. For this, yeah. If you collected another 100 stars, getting this should be easy. Like, the artist to the left of you shouldn't be able to come closer. If you don't, they'll be a little close, and if that makes you uncomfortable, then just stand up here and do it this way. Oops. Do it like this. Like, flip twice, wait for them, flip it again, and then do it. And yeah, you'll be safe. This room can be really annoying, so come down, flip that once, flip this 3 times, touch the sun, flip this twice, and then you'll want to wait because of how many because of where they start at. If you just touch it immediately, okay, sometimes you'll miss it if you touch it immediately, and then you'll have to wait for them to come over to that way. Yeah. Basically, it just works more consistently if you wait, because that'll happen like that there if you do it wrong. But yeah, I guess at your own risk, touch it whenever you want. This right here, if you go on this path, this will be like the first level you might really struggle with, because it is dumb. So first off, I want to say the best way to set up this pattern right here, because what we're trying to do, we're trying to make sure we kill the one on the top left before they start causing us trouble with the rest of them. You need to stand pretty close to this tile, but not on it yet. So what I do when I start is I tap left just once, very lightly, so that I move over a little bit, like this. Flip, flip. Oh my gosh, I messed up. It's a lot easier for me to do this in one go, so I'll just demonstrate, but I wanted to explain. So, alright, tap left, there. So like that, because the idea is that, see, if that artist walks onto that tile the wrong way, they're not gonna get killed right there, which causes problems. If they walked onto the tile and they're all the way up here, then that's good. That's how you know you did it right. So basically, stand over here until they walk up there like that, and then you can move and kill them. Oh my gosh. Over here, get this one, get these two. Now sometimes this one right here in the center, I don't exactly know how to get it, but sometimes their pattern will make them walk directly in line with the other two you just flipped, so you'll get all three of them. But that usually doesn't happen, so then if not, just flip this one up into the ceiling, or the top one. Sometimes on a really bad pattern, they'll start drawing and all the way over on the left, and usually that will spawn in another artist, sadly, if that happens, but hopefully with some practice you'll get that down. So that's another one down. Now onto the acrobats. These guys are kind of easy. Just like with artists though, the very last one gets really difficult. Touch the sun. Touch the sun. Flip twice, get the stars. Over here, this. Touch that. More stars. For these, make sure you just stand still and wait for them to come to that. If you come a little closer, I think it might mess it up. Yeah, they'll start jumping. So make sure you stand exactly center or so. Oops. And also make sure you flip that one as soon as you go over there so he doesn't start jumping. But yeah. This one's easy, just stand here. Left or right, doesn't matter. Flip them as they walk on. For these, flip once down and then just wait after you flip the top one down. And yeah. Important to note when you're doing this, you want to hold the direction you need to go in. So I hold down and I hold up immediately. If not, I'll keep going down and then that'll ruin it. So, yeah. For this room, I advise covering up all of these, so flip here, flip there, and then go over this way, turn around, get these, come back down, and then start on these ones, hold right and then left. I completely recommend that. If you feel a little concerned with getting that right somehow though, then I think if I can remember right, the old method was doing this. Just use these. Gosh, I honestly forget most of it, but yeah. As you can see though, this might take a little bit longer. But yeah. So I totally recommend the first way, but just showing alternatives in case if you don't feel comfortable covering all those tiles. This one, just stand here and just keep flipping this, and you'll catch them all eventually. For this, I'll just show my method. Wait here. When they start jumping the second time, it's kind of tricky. You want to wait at some point when they go up before they come back down to then go right. The idea is that we need all of them grouped together over here on the left before we touch the sun. So, around now or so, flip this, touch it, and then hopefully if you do it right, okay, that one won't spawn, but if it does, then that's lame. Because the only way to deal with that one if it spawns in is to use these and hope like he walks into you. He should though. It's just really slow. Now, the very old method used to be like this. Let's see if I can remember this right. Okay, without killing that one, you're not supposed to kill him. I forget exactly how to set it up. I don't know why, I just stopped doing this at some point. I did not like it anymore. I don't know. I messed it up somewhere. You can probably watch one of the other runners do that here. I'll just go with this way, and hopefully it works. Yeah, so that's just ideal, I guess. You can flip that tile, though, where the stars are to get that. Now, this can be very, very challenging if you don't understand how to do this. So first things first, make sure you flip that guy the second he touches the ground twice, so that way, like, it doesn't screw up. Then you want to stand right above this tile, and then flip down on him, flip down when he comes down there, and then walk over so that you're on the other end, just barely on the top here, and wait for these to walk down, and it should be easy every time. Alright. Now going left to the Plump. This is here. For this room, I flip that one first, and then I try to get the next two in pairs, or the next four in pairs, so walk up, wait for them both to be on that, and then the easy way to get these two is by waiting for them to walk onto this, so that you can easily get them all together. If you have enough speed, you can sort of get them like that, but you might miss them. This room is a little tricky at times because the enemy AI is weird. The bottom one down here, he will not... he's supposed to walk up and meet with this one in the center, so you can flip them into the wall like that. But depending on when you kill the one up here, he will either keep walking or he'll just turn. So to make sure that he doesn't do that, wait for him to turn, and then do that. Now, the Plumps in this room also have that AI, except this is a lot more challenging to do because all of the tiles on the top row are respawn tiles, and it just usually works like way less. So let's see if I can demonstrate that. Okay, well somehow he didn't turn around. Usually he would. I don't fully understand it. It's just really weird AI programming, I guess. But if you don't feel confident in that, just wait for them to all come in the center and then do this. And then I'll show one more time in the event that it doesn't work what you have to deal with. Yeah, you have to deal with this, which is definitely slower overall. So, yeah. Pretty annoying. Come over here, touch this. There you go. Alright, this next room has two different variants as of now, so I will show them both. The new one is this. So sometimes what can go wrong here is that flipping this one does not catch the one down there at the bottom, so the old method is doing this. Honestly, that's not too much slower, I'd say. In this room, the stun's right here, but you don't want to touch it immediately or you will miss at least one of them like that. It's just the opposite, so like say this. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know, it's really weird. I at least wait a second, is what I would advise. This room, I started setting it up like this, waiting for them to turn, the top two to turn the second time, and then I get on it. Oops. Oh my gosh, please. So turn, and then again, and then do this, and that should work just fine. Otherwise, do this, and wait for them to get relatively close. Sometimes they get a little lost, but that tends to happen regardless of which direction you choose, I guess, so whichever you prefer. This room is tricky. It needs to be pretty precise, so right, down, up twice. Oh my gosh, please. There we go. Now, that is a lot to take in at once, so hold on. When that happens, okay, and oh my gosh, I didn't even break it down even better than that. Okay, I'll try one more time and then actually pause it. Okay. this Plump right here, to get him to walk into the center with the other one, you want to stand here a little longer until he gets above this point. If you move right immediately after killing that one, then he'll get stuck on the side of this tile. So you need to wait just a little bit. The one on the right should always be able to meet you there. So then go down like that. Okay, I messed up, but you should be able to get the idea by now, at least. I go down, though, by the way. Like, I go down and touch this tile just to make sure that they do meet me there. Now this. This is funny. If you're playing this on emulator or on a flash card, there's a high chance that the ROM that you're using will not be able to handle this strat for, like, no reason. The way I do this on cart is I walk over to about here, and Quinty jumps over me and turns me into a Plump. For no reason whatsoever, that causes the ROM to crash on those other options. So, since I am on one demonstrating this, I cannot show you. What I will do instead is show you the other method that you should be using. So just walk away from her, and then, oops, just walk away from her at least to about here, turn up, and then do that. If you walk under her on cart, and then she turns into one, you can just press A immediately without needing to turn, and it should catch her. So, onto Ballerinas. They're not so difficult, I'd say. Make sure you uncover those two tiles so that you get them to do that. Otherwise, they will respawn after you use the sun, which is really annoying. This one here, get these. Yeah. On here. Oops. This next room, this can be tricky to get just right. Make sure you don't flip too many times. You want to be able to catch these all exactly this way. Like, if you mess up here like this, then you got some trouble to deal with there. Yeah, just be careful. You can try to improvise like that. Usually I get killed if I mess it up. Yeah, just go. Oops. Oh my gosh, can I not? Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the room as it is. You get the idea, though. Oh wait, I don't even think I can go through that. Nope, you do have to use one of these. Oh yeah, just try to get it right. There was a 10-star tile at the top there. Go ahead and go for her. In this room, there's a sun there if you flip twice, and there's also a sun here if you flip twice, but do not touch them both. Just make sure you don't touch them both. So, let's go ahead and get this one. Flip twice, sun here. This room, there are also two suns, again. One of them is right here, and the other one is over here. Again, do not touch them twice. This room can seem a little tricky at times. You want to walk over here. Oh my gosh. You can flip them all for safety. I usually just walk past at least one or two of them. You can do it in a few different ways, but yeah, oh well. I was trying to demonstrate. Some of them seem a little more dangerous, because if you mess up, then one of them will run into you, but just be careful, I guess. If you do this room this way, it seems a little daunting, but as long as you are quick with it, you'll be fine. So basically the idea of what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk down and then left and go under this. I'll just show. So, down, up, left, like that. If you have the right speed. If not, do this. That's easier, it just wastes a little more time since this guy has to spawn in. Or actually no, it doesn't spawn him in, but anyways, this is just still a little faster. gosh. Can I not mess up? Yeah. Alright, this room is not so tricky. As long as you just stand in the right spot, they'll all move around you just right. So come here, push that one, wait for that one, turn left, and then you can either push down on that one or you can turn left there. I'll show again. So that, wait. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I'd say. Next up is the swimmers. They are easy in the run, but very hellish casually, I'd say. Just make sure you know where these suns are. That one's on the top right. This one is here. There's another one over there. It doesn't matter if you touch two suns here, though. It's all fine. For this, flip that to cover the sun. Flip it when he jumps onto it, and then touch it right afterwards. If you try to touch the sun first or maneuver around him in any other way, you will probably die. Oops, I'm an idiot. I did not save state there. Let me actually do that. Because the next room I want to show, I incorporated a new strat into it you might not want to do. So the new thing I started doing is I came over here. As soon as this guy walks up here, I flip him. So, then come down. Oh gosh, don't get killed if you do this. This is one reason why you wouldn't want to try this. Flip that one, and then touch the sun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just a little tricky to get. So, let me see if I can show this idea correctly. Oh my gosh, yeah. Another thing I did not mention, depending on what side you touch the sun, like if you walk down onto it or left or right into it, it causes the tiles to move across the room in a different manner. And if you walk down onto the sun here, if you're trying this strat, it will not hit them. You need to walk into it from the right or left. So that is part of why this is also tricky. Okay, and also after you touch the sun, make sure you stay down here at the bottom near these tiles, so that way this guy walks right here, so he gets caught. Anyways, hopefully... Okay, that almost got them all. Sometimes it'll still miss them, which kind of sucks, so yeah. This strat is just a little tricky, but it definitely saves time over the old way, which is doing this right here. Wait for this one to jump, touch the sun. Oh my gosh, no, I actually messed it up. Wait for him to jump, flip, touch the sun, come over, wait for these two to jump. This works pretty consistently almost every time. Sometimes one of the swimmers on the top will not get hit, but yeah. This here, wait a little bit, touch that. Depending on how long you wait, it will vary for which it hits. If you miss one like that, it's okay to just hit them, but sometimes you'll get them all at once. Like so. This next room is a little tricky to get down, so if you're doing it the faster way, you want to wait up here, hit those two. Flip down, make sure you stand center here. Flip this at least once or twice. Oh my gosh, I messed up. It's really hard to go through this, explain it, and then execute it at the same time. It's okay. Go down, flip this. Flip here at least twice so that one gets uncovered. Make sure you walk right before you flip the guy at the bottom, otherwise you will miss that one there. There's just a lot going on here, and it's really easy to mess up. Alternatively, and the slower way, the much slower way of doing this is to flip this twice and go to the bonus. Real easy. Okay, right here there's the sun. You make sure you get that star. Yeah. This definitely takes longer, but gives you a lot of stars for it. But yeah. I'll just go ahead and go with this method, though. Reloading it so that my stars aren't all messed up, because I will be much faster than I am used to at this point. Flip that as soon as he goes onto that tile, by the way. We go with that method. Come down here, touch this. Oops, do not do that. Do not walk into them. There, much better. For this one, the sun is underneath this one right here. Touch it early, you will die. So make sure they land. I also approach it from the left, because sometimes I still manage to run into them. This room gets a little tricky. Flip twice here, and sometimes it doesn't catch them all, other times it does just happen to work out. Don't know why that is. Okay. The Quincy fights, as when you're the swimmer, is really easy. Stand like literally about center right here, and then you can wait for Quincy to come in the center here, and then you can start going right, and it should just catch her. And yeah. Now, onto the Mimis, the last for me. These guys are really tricky. Whip here, whip up, whip them. Okay. Now this, I do it a little funny. I walk about halfway onto this tile because if you wait a little too long to flip this, the Mimis will start flipping, and if you walk right onto the sun, this Mimi in particular will flip this panel down here, and if it flips the panel as the sun is rippling through, it negates the effect and misses it. It doesn't happen if you just slow down like entirely like this, like if you walk down more and then flip it, and you see they flip it. If you just wait, it's fine, but I have had a tendency to rush it and mess that up. So that's just why I kind of walk halfway into that. Anyways, this room right here is very obnoxious. The most consistently you can handle this room is doing this. It's like 3 seconds slower than getting a good pattern, or maybe even 4 seconds, I don't remember. But for the consistency, I think that's worth it. If not, you're gonna go for something like this. Oh my gosh, that almost worked out well. You kind of have to improvise. Depending on your speed, they will be set up differently. And if I can like repeat it a few more times, you'll see how much it can truly vary. Like you'll see that one blocked himself off. I don't know, it just gets a little annoying. Just try your best to improvise if you're going for something like that, but if not, just do the flipper strat on the left. Oh my gosh, I messed up. So, yeah, that. Try not to let that get out of hand. This room, going to the top left, flipping twice, and yeah. This room, I will show, you can do this. That feels a little too intimidating. You can, like that. Or if you did go for the first method, and you were like stuck like this, let me see, what is it you can do to fix this? Not like that. Oh my gosh. There was a way I could fix this. If I knew they were a little too close and they were gonna kill me. I really don't remember how that works. Oh my gosh. I've done it before though. Oh my gosh. Anyways, just, I don't know, just try one of those and try not to mess it up. I guess I'll just stop. Can't remember the backup here if you commit to this. Oh, like that. I don't know why. Like that just goes straight through you right there in that one spot. But yeah, so I don't know. Just be careful. This room gets annoying. Flip twice here. Notice these tiles, when you see this one, especially the bottom one and the top one here, they have respawn tiles in them right now. So if you touch the sun, 2 of them are going to spawn back in, which is very annoying to deal with because the AI of these Mimis are a little worse to handle. So if you see them flip and uncover, or get these 2 tiles right here, turn left, flip again, and then touch the sun, and that fixes it. But I just recommend flipping 3 times anyway, but just don't cover the sun back up. This room is very annoying. It gets extremely out of hand very fast, and I've tried making it more consistent, but I just can't seem to manage it because, I don't know, the Mimis just kind of do what they want in this room. So face left, whip twice, go across, I go up, get that one, come down, get this one. But the issue with this room is the fact that the Mimis on the right, they kind of just move around and uncover each other at times, which gets really annoying. And it just kind of continues on like that. That's a good way to improvise it. Hopefully something like that doesn't happen though. I'm trying to get a good example. Oh my gosh, please. Nope. The more they uncover, the worse it gets, so I want to see if I can avoid that. Oh my gosh, please. If I can move a little better. Sometimes it's a little, Okay, this is a lot better. This is more of exactly what you want to try to get out of it, but it's very hard to do. So they just kind of move around. Real funny. This room, just do this. That is very easy to do. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I don't even know why I'm showing this, but the old method, or one of the old methods I thought was faster would be doing this. Oh my god. It's something like that, except I flip all of them straight into the bottom. It is actually not much faster than doing this. It's roughly the same, if not like slower by, I don't know, like about half a second. So yeah, just don't bother with that if you watch the Japanese run. This fight gets really annoying really fast. The idea here is to walk right until you're like right on the line of this tile, so that you get transformed right here into a Mimi. Now, when you're a Mimi, you will walk in whatever direction you're facing immediately, which is something to keep in mind, so you don't have to worry. Just make sure you turn around. So, by being here, you will get transformed, and you will make Quinty jump over you. As soon as she does that, turn left. Part of why it was important to get transformed right here as well is because if you turn left and you are not exactly on this line, she will crush you when she jumps over. And it also just helps position you to catch her, so... Flip twice, like, as soon as, like, she lands, and that should work. Otherwise, if it's off, then you get something... You'll get, like... let's see. Okay, never mind, that still worked. I was trying to show her crushing me, or just me missing the flips, because if you miss them... Okay, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to lose, and for once she won't do it. I wish that would happen in my runs if I mess up. But anyway, yeah, she'll just like keep flipping you, and it's very hard to fight back against. And usually you just end up dying on the wall. But now here we are at the middle palace, where basically all of these rooms are full of past enemies, but with some harder AI. That's the simple way of doing that. I have stupidly considered doing something like this. Okay, did not work. If you have enough stars, you can walk through him as he spawns and then touch the sun first, which technically would actually save time, but you need to be going really fast for that, so I guess let's just not try that. Let's let a task do that, or something. So anyways, this room, wait here for this one, flip, wait here for this one, flip, wait for this one, flip, and wait for that one. Real easy. This room, flip twice, stand down, stand on the bottom of the one that you're on. Yeah. As they jump onto this, wait for them to jump again so that they cross paths, and then step onto the bottom tile, so now. And then flip this twice, and then do that. That's the easiest way to set that up. If you were to mess it up, let me see if I can show that. Like right now I'm standing a little too low. Yeah, you might die, or to say you missed them like that, just be careful. Try to lure them like this. Don't flip any of the corner tiles because the corner tiles are respawn tiles. Flip this one, that one, this one, wait here. Flip this one, come down, flip like 3 times so that you cover up those tiles, and you're fine. Cover that one, wait for him to walk over, cover that one, wait for them to walk in. Wait as long as you can so more of them come in. Sometimes they all will, sometimes they won't. Oh my gosh, stop. It's a little tricky because their AI just kind of wanders around. This one, I wait like right here on the edge, flip him. Make sure that you're standing at the very top so that he gets stuck. If you, okay, I'll just show. So stand at the top, he stops right there, flip him. If you stay lower, then this happens. If I just stay right where I am, he goes across. Oh, I don't even know how to explain what that was. That was weird. That's not something that should have happened. He should have killed me, I think. What on earth was that? Can I even do that again? Alright, I'm seeing things I don't understand right now, but that's cool, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if I stand center. I have no idea anymore. Just try doing it the first way. For this one, flip the one right in the center, and yeah, that's it. Turn left, turn right. I start walking right and I count like 4 seconds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, turn left. Oh god, I messed up. Yeah, I do it in my head usually. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn left, flip them. 1, 2, oh my gosh, can I not? I guess if I count out loud, it throws everything off for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, you know what? Just do it to some point. I'll just try to memorize it myself. It's like, if you're off, then that'll happen. That one will flip you. You want to make sure they're on the tile too, so they get caught. And yeah, I don't know. That's what should happen. Whatever method you want to use for catching them, go for that. This one, flip twice. Okay. It's not as easy as the one from the second palace, but yeah. Literally though, if you do miss him, he'll start doing other stuff. So let's say I actually walked up too early. Okay. Well, it seems hard to miss him on purpose now, but let's say I miss him, then yeah, he'll start jumping like this, which is a lot harder to deal with. And if you do catch him, then he'll just flip a tile straight into you. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you won't miss him usually, but if you do, just be warned. Anyway, this palace also does not have a boss fight. And this happens automatically, by the way, you don't have to touch anything. You'll just walk into her and take it all. Alright, last palace time. Most tricky. I definitely recommend putting a lot of time into this one. So first off, what's about to happen here is we're gonna go down. When we hit the sun, it's going to cause more flippers to appear, so you want to go left. And if it works right, you'll crush that one, use this flipper when you go up there, and do that. If you mess this up, hold on, I'm trying to mess it up on purpose now, let's see if I can do that. Okay, well first off, I did miss that entirely, which causes something like this to happen. So yeah, this is a efficient backup, I'd say. I should have stayed on that the right way. If they ever have to walk over to you, if you mess up, and they approach from this way, just stand here and do that. Oh, except after you clear them all, I guess. The really old method was something like going up here and then coming back down. And then doing that. Turn right, turn left, uncover this, Wait for them to get together. Oh my gosh. This is a little tricky. You want to like step forward a little bit, and then flip them all, and then uncover it. Oh my gosh, please. You can get those two to be in sync. If not, they'll start kicking through the center to get to you. Oh my gosh. You can hit them both like that. If they kick through the center, it gets really terrible. Flip left again. Wait for them to get together. Flip until you cover that up. Stand here. Wait for them to do that. Flip this one. Stand at the very bottom. Flip those. Cover that. Stand here. Wait for them to get closer, and then do that. Usually for this one, hold on, let's see if I can do it better than that. They'll like, come on. Yeah, they'll walk up on your sides like that, so it looks like you're less likely to get hit by them if they show up behind you, but sometimes you'll be fine if they do that, if you flip at the right time. For this one, you have to flip 4 times on that tile. Make sure you don't flip 5 or less, otherwise you will die. This room is really tricky to get used to. Up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then that. If you mess any of that up at all, or die, I'll show and get back up. Oops, I messed up. Oh, look at that. Oh boy, we're having fun. What would I do in this situation? Oh my gosh. Usually I don't mess up with the whole top row still there, so usually I'll mess up like down here. Like something like that might happen. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you ever die while a sun or like shockwave tile is going off, then nothing gets killed but you. So that's pretty bad. But anyway, if you do have to restart this room, just like wait here. And yeah. These rooms, please try your best to not mess up. Turn up and then flip 3 times. Wait for them to literally walk into each other in the center before you flip them. Like that. You might as well say they cross their paths. And that should work pretty easy. This one, just stand still, flip 6 times. If you have to turn around to flip in any other direction, like say you turn up like in the previous one, it's going to go way worse, so just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do not let this room go bad. Stand here, wait for them to cross in the center, flip, 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 flip. That is good. If this room ever goes terribly, you'll see, you get this. Oh boy, look at that. They never stop coming. Who designed this room? If this legitimately happens, I am sorry. I think the best way to fix this, if you're on a low life count, is to just game over so the room resets entirely. Oh my god. Yeah, this is just not cool. I actually had a strat intended for beating it this way, but, yeah, I can't even remember what it was anymore. It definitely was not consistent, so just be really careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now on to the final parts. In this room, the second he takes off from the ground, he comes back down in about 3 seconds, so just come closer. 1, 2, 3, or whatever. Make sure you catch him twice, otherwise he will jump off into the air several times, just with that same delay. It's very annoying. And here, finally, at the end, it's the same as the Swimmer Palace, so wait over here. Time ends when Quincy hits the wall, so now. And there you go. That should be Mendel Palace with my route. Yeah. Very good game. I hope that you do try it. Even if you're not a big fan of it, at least give it a shot, maybe. I at least play it casually. It's really fun, I promise. It can be really tricky getting used to the enemy patterns and remembering stuff, but it's rewarding once you know. So that'll be it. I'm gonna cut it right here. thanks for watching.